So, hi everyone. I'm Konstantinos Tsakalozos. I work as an engineer for MicroK8s, and I'll be telling you about what 1.26 MicroK8s releases includes. So, the MicroK8s release came at about on the 10th of December 2022. And you can now get it with the 1.26 channel, either as a classic snap with the command that you see here, sudo snap install MicroK8s ---- classic, or the strict version of the MicroK8 snap without practically the ---- classic argument. I will not go into details on what uh, strict confinement is at this point. It's just you can consider it as a more secure Kubernetes distribution. Okay, so what went into this release? Obviously, it included the Kubernetes 1.26. In the core components that got upgraded are Containerd in the 1.6.8 version and Calico. We had a bunch of updates in the add-ons. OpenEBS got updated, OSM Edge got updated and also got a new command. Starboard was renamed to Trivi, and of course we had Istio, the Istio upgrade to 1.15.3, and NVIDIA. The NVIDIA operator was also updated. I would like to point out a couple of a couple of changes in the usability of MicroK8s. First of all, we introduced a new add-on, Minion. This add-on is going to be maintained by Canonical, and you might already know what Minion is. It offers a high-performance S3 compatibility object storage, and of course, as with all the add-ons, you can use it with you can enable it with MicroK8s enable Minion. Another usability improvement that we introduced with 1.26 is around the core DNS. DNS now uses the hostresolve.conf for forward requests. In the past, the forward servers were set to 8.8.4.4. Now the forward servers are the ones that your machine has, okay, and they get inherited by core DNS. I want to point out where a lot of our time and effort went. There are a few partnerships that got established during the 1.26 release, and these partnerships also included the respective add-ons. So we started a partnership with GoPaddle. GoPaddle is a way to provision multi-cloud clusters. It practically targets developers and the developer user experience. Then we established a partnership with Ondat. Ondat has its own storage solution that you can enable now with MicroK8s enable Ondat. Another two more partnerships are with Sosivio that is involved in Kubernetes security, and KWASM, which practically introduces WebAssembly to Kubernetes. Now, a lot of our effort was spent into tasks that are not 1.26 specific, but it is worth pointing them out. The first one is cluster API. We spend a lot of time there. Now we have two providers. a bootstrap and a control plane provider. With those providers, you can deploy Kubernetes in a large collection of infrastructure substrates that include public, private clouds, bare metal, everything. These are supporting these are sub, this cluster API supports two architectures, AMD 64 and ARM 64, and allows you it makes practically the provisioning and maintenance of an infrastructure cluster frictionless because it offers automatic upgrades. Work is still in progress on this, and it's pretty great. You should check it out. Then, in the past, in one of our last presentations, we discussed about EKSD. During the 1.26 release cycle, we introduced a number of new tracks that host the EKSD releases for 1.22, 1.23, and 1.24 Kubernetes. The EKS tracks basically are the EKSD patches on top of the upstream Kubernetes, and we also package together. We have an extra addons repository in order to interface with the AWS storage, EFS, and EBS to use authentication and also to make use of the load balancer of AWS. So many thanks to our contributors. I have them here with what they have actually contributed. Many thanks. And last, this is where you can find us to start a conversation. We have the websites, MicroK8s.io, and of course the GitHub canonical MicroK8s repository, where our code is. You can discuss with us in discusskubernetes.io and on Slack in the MicroK8s channel. And of course, if you find any problems or you need support with anything, you can reach out by creating an issue under canonical MicroK8s issues. This is it. Thank you very much.